Oh no. Hey y'all, welcome. I forgot that it auto switched. Let me turn down the music a little bit here. Cool, welcome. So today we are going to be working on iHog again. I kind of stopped in the middle of it yesterday, or Tuesday, I guess, where I was trying to add in the Swift package so that I could get OSC out, and trying to figure out where that was. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna keep going there. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's just hop into it. I don't have Xcode open, and oh, you can see that. I apparently was not completely prepared today to do this. Put my headphones on. It's just a little weird whenever I don't hear myself for whatever reason. Cool, and we can see that I imported it here in this Swift UI, but that's not exactly what I really need to do. I mean, I imported it with OSC kit. Missing required module, async. Oh, it just didn't load yet? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I don't really want to do that yet there. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably adding in a, I'm going to end up probably adding in a thing where we can, sorry, I'm moving things off screen that you guys can't see. I'm going to add in a, like a helper class, basically. That way we can, that's what I call all my OSC commands to, whether it's to send something out or something like that. I'm not completely sure if that makes complete sense yet, but I need something that holds that OSC on and off type deal. And something that holds it so that I don't have to keep creating client every time I want to send, because there's multiple windows that I want to send in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit go real quick and get it built in the simulator. I don't even know if I have anything that can read OSC. I just have the OSC router. I think that should help. Cool. Let's thinking. Video producer. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stream stuff set up while this is loading over here. This guy. Again, hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. Okay, so this is loaded. How this is gonna work basically is in the device settings here. This is gonna be what that like client server is based off of. Let me go ahead and get that package open real quick. There it is. So basically how this is going to work is we have to first import it and then we have to make a client. So the client is going to be the client is going to be like how we actually send signal in and out, and that's what I'm going to basically be trying to adjust here. Conform to client delegates protocols. Okay, so I guess he does want it to be where it's a separate class, because it looks like you have to conform to the delegate. Oh yes, so that you can actually continuously import and stuff. Destination. So take means you have received a message. And then we can create a message and then we can send with .send. Who else contributed here? No one. Okay. What issues? Okay. So there were a couple people who created issues, but cool. Hey Monsieur B, welcome. Yeah, I do this it is nice to occasionally be able to turn on Twitch and see a Swift developer. I sometimes I try to do this every Tuesday, Thursday morning, just for, I don't know, it keeps my toes wet with actually explaining what I'm doing out loud and stuff like that. Welcome. All right, so what I need to add, I already have the package added in. I think it makes sense to have that helper in here. So we're gonna go to helper and we're gonna make a new file. Nice. Yeah, it'll be, I have found that it really just helps me, it really helps me like be clear on what I'm trying to talk about. I am nowhere near a full-time like iOS developer or any type of developer in that respect. So I started doing this as part of my, as part of trying to get a development job or trying to actually like hone my development skills, just because like, since I don't do this all the time, I don't know if I'm thinking right or like my thought processes are correct, or I've also been looking for streams that do this. So I was like, I can be the person that I want, that I wanted from others. I guess that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I ramble sometimes where it doesn't make sense. OSC helper. Class. OSC helper. Do I need it to actually... Awesome. I'm glad that makes sense. So what do I need to do? I need to import OSC here. We're going to import OSC kit. This is a Swift package. It's a Swift package, which is great. So it was super easy to add. Literally just went up to, I think it was file, and then Swift packages, add package dependency, copied the GitHub repo, and it was added in. So this is my first time using a Swift package to actually do, to add this in. Before, previously in the old version or in the current App Store version, it was all, it was Cocoa Pod. So hopefully this is a little bit easier. Actually, I'll be honest, it's already easier. All right, so we need a var host. We're gonna just default this a port. Yeah, I also try to avoid external libraries. This is the only one that I've added in just because it handles a bit more networking. So like it is a, so this is kind of what I'm talking about. So trying to avoid external libraries. I also try to avoid external libraries. It's just something that, because I don't know how to do this, this like networking stuff and sending UDP packages completely at all. I've decided it's the one thing that I reach into an external library for. I can do, it might be bad, but I can do a lot of the styling and all that kind of stuff myself. I can do a lot of the core data stuff. But this networking stuff is a little bit over my head. So until I can actually dive in and figure out how to make it myself, I'm gonna try to avoid it. Also, I found out that I actually know the guy who, I work with the guy at the day job, with the guy who actually authored this one. So yeah. Oh no, I also like to explain what I'm doing, so it's not justifying. That's cool. What was the app that you released though? No, it's not justifying at all. I just am trying to explain what exactly I'm doing. Shuby. I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it do? Cool. Well, that, let's see real quick. I'm opening it up on my other screen. It's an unknown app, really. Most apps are unknown. Oh, that's nifty. so it does tides and all of that kind of stuff. That's fun. If I lived near a beach, more close to a beach, like this would be like really cool. No location stored. Nice. That's awesome. Also, super slick website. Yeah, having a real project to learn on or learn with is like super duper valuable. I've realized that, and that's actually how this. Of course, you're welcome. And that's actually how this project started. And this is actually the app that got me really interested in doing iOS development that I'm working on. Just because I wanted, it's like a remote control app for another piece of hardware. The apps that were out just weren't cutting it, and I wanted to do a little bit more with it than what I could do right now, than what the apps offered. So I was like, I'll learn how to do it. I started off with a simple like calculator type app for specific things, and now I've gone into stuff that requires third-party library, core data, and CloudKit. So all the syncing in here. There's a lot of data. There's you can put in like show files, what we call show files. It's really for the lighting industry is why this is started a bit. New show 1. I can add my show here. Yep, cancel. And all of this gets synced. It goes into CloudKit, all that fun stuff. And it's using SwiftUI, which is also fun. But let's go back into OSC helper. But yeah, real projects, those are really the only way that I found that works. Thanks. Okay, I don't need to use TCP equals bull. That looks like an int. And then this will be a string. Oh, good. Oh no, we don't have initializers yet. We're gonna get initializers, I promise. Oh, that's awesome. You're doing a V2 with core data to store locations with location search autocomplete, and currently working on a subscription part as kind of a pro version. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I found core data to actually be like not as bad as I thought it was gonna be to implement. That's cool. Does it just like currently does the app just like grab your location at that moment and then come up with all that info? Like you're going through like an API type thing? Or and then storing locations is actually really nice because then you can keep an eye on your favorite beaches like around the location. Like I'm thinking of like California or the Pacific Coast or the East Coast where it's just, I'm US based, so the Pacific and East Coast where it's there's multiple beaches that you could go to possibly. Knit. Wait, actually, I don't think we actually need an init about a init case. Capabilities to store full coordinates locally. That makes sense. I've yet to dive into anything with location. We'll see at some point. All right, so in here we have the. Okay, so I'm gonna open the old version of this real quick. Yeah, Apple really takes the like shortcut way to get the people to store like JSON files and stuff, just because it gets people up and going easier. I really enjoyed, where was it? Whenever I was learning whenever I was learning core data, hacking with Swift has the best, hacking with Swift has the best, like, that I found online for learning with Swift with core data. And then there was also Donnie Walls, I believe is his name. Yeah. I think it's Donnie Walls Swift. I could be wrong about the name. Yeah, there we go. This guy here. Yeah, they are awesome too. I have it and I go through them occasionally. This guy though, he also just wrote a practical core data book that I'm going through also, just because like I'm sure I'm not doing things correct. Like I'm just like trying to make it work. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there we go. Then I don't need to tell you. But I've really liked his like combined book also. So I was like, I'll read his, I'll try out his core data book. Okay, so in here, OSC manager, that's what I was looking for. That's an observable object. And that way, when it changes, I've noticed that on my early morning streams, I get like the European people in them because it's like afternoonish type time or afternoon or evening type time over there. And whereas it's super early in the morning here in the US. So this is now the second person who's popped in. It's after lunch. Yep. Perfect timing to come and chill out and watch. That's usually whenever I watch streams here. Okay, so this is... What else do I do in here? Is it literally just picking up? So this is kind of how I was handling it before, where I would like set my clients and stuff like that. And then I had OSC server delegates. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna... So basically in this class, it was an observable object. That way, when things changed, I could go and... Yeah, when things changed, I could go and change it. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and import combine in this one also. And then we're gonna do a observable object. No, it's just a straight observable object. Yes. Okay. And then we need to conform to observable object. We need this guy. Cool. And then what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do, sorry for all the switching back and forth. So then I made a new client and then that will set, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this so that I can just see it. And then I'm gonna comment it out because it doesn't make sense to have. Okay. Client.delegate equals self because it made itself a delegate. That makes sense. So I need to make a new client itself. Okay. Well, it just so happens they all use the same words, but that's fine. All of these can actually be private. Private. There we go. Public var client C client. And then I guess we want to set these up correctly. Interface equals, I believe we want it to be EN0 also. Oh, I meant, yes, that is, haha. There we go. I didn't declare anything. Let's try this again. There we go. Client. No. What? No, it's not happy. Why is it not happy? What am I not doing right? So I should be able to say client. Oh, okay. I understand. I can't just do that like randomly there. I can do like in a init. There we go. Right, EN0, that's gonna be the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back into helper, EN0, client.host equals 172.31.0.1. Yeah, because the host is going to be the console IP. So the console IP, yes. And this would be the input port, I believe. Or is it going to be the output port? It doesn't say. Oh, so this is really... enable incoming connections, enable outgoing connections. I'm missing something. OSC server. So the client will receive incoming connection, right? Enables outgoing connections. Yeah, so this would be the console input port. Okay. So we're gonna call this console IP instead. There's a new system API to allow this, right? I don't actually know if there is a system API. This is all, I am trying to get this to so basically to add the info.plist to alert the view message. Oh, yeah. So basically what this is doing is after this changes, I made an observable object so that, let me start over a little bit. So how this is working, how OSC works, open sound control is OSC is a really open like protocol that you can use to communicate between hardware devices. It was started to be used in like the entertainment industry. So what OSC does, open sound control, is I'm trying to get it to where the phone app can communicate over Wi-Fi basically to the controller. I'm making it for one of these lighting controllers here. For that lighting controller to control. So so what'll happen is in the iHog app Swift, in here we will, I think it's in here. It might be one in the, it's not persistence, right? Sorry, I'm trying to adapt to the new protocol because I also want this to work on M1 at some point. And I actually want to take it to Intel even just because I have an Intel Mac. So I'm trying to adapt all the new stuff to get it to work correctly. But I think in here is where I'll declare my, that variable, and that way it can be a, kind of like an environment object. That way, whenever something updates, it happens there. I hope that helps answer Monsieur. Also, I'm really bad at pronouncing things, which is great for streaming. But hopefully that helps. Because I'm not really alerting anything yet. To add to the info.p list to customize the alert view message. But yeah, there should be a way to, in your info p list, to actually change like alert view messages. So I think I'm gonna have to let them, because of like some new iOS 14 stuff, I think I have to alert the people that like I'm trying to communicate with other devices on the network. And there has to be a way to change what that is necessarily. Okay, console input port. So we're gonna call this input port. Console input port. There we go. Wait. Client dot port equals console input port. Right, because the input port. So the input port is a yeah, because that would be the host port, like the port that we need to send to. So yeah, that would be 7001. Okay. Cool. And then okay, and then we can probably do I hate the delegate stuff because I don't know how to do delegate stuff. So what did I do here? I just said add OSC delegate. So we did an OSC server delegate here. Well, it would probably be an OSC client delegate in this case. And then we did a did receive. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I liked it as an extension because it kept things separate, which was nice, but extension of okay, I see. Yeah. I see what you were saying. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about too. Like, I need to be able to customize kind of what's there. Oh, but apparently there's no API to check user permission. Oh, well, that's gonna be fun. Is to generate dummy outgoing traffic to trigger this alert. I've seen other developers in this situation absent. I feel like yeah, I feel like there's nothing quite ready for this. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're completely right. There's not. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's worked it's worked so far in iOS 14, like with users using the old version, my previous version, as they did before. So hopefully we just like keep skating by and let it just keep working. OC helper, OC client, delegate. Let client, or sorry. So we need the function. Yep, I know it doesn't. func client did connect. Print. Yes, I know. I wrote wrong words. Client did disconnect. So now it should hopefully... Oh, and I need a protocol in here. Client dot. Cannot assign. Oh, does it have to be in there? Sure. Oh, and I also need the take messages. Okay. Not bad. Actually, we're just going to copy and paste those in here. Because that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and file a issue here, and then I'll submit a... Let me make sure he's not doing it already. So the issue is he didn't actually end this termination here with this slash in there, so I wish there was a way to just go in. Can I just fork the project, I guess? Sorry, I just want to do the finish it right now. Update it right now. Fixed termination of string literal in example code in for take function. Cool. I can't approve that though, but great. Okay, so now that should be there. So what I need to do now is actually get this added to the things. Very descriptive. Oh, to end music. Music. Come back. Sure, we'll just do this different music. Okay. So in here, SwiftUI observable object. I actually haven't made it an observable object completely yet, but so how to do it in here? So in the app delegate, we basically just added a scene delegate. And the scene delegate, I made an OSC manager. And then We passed it in as an environment object. Okay. Seems easy enough. So in here, we'll just make a OSC manager. Oh, it's OSC helper. My bad. Great. And because there's default values in there now, I don't have to do that. Right? Yeah, that's fine. That's an environment object is what I needed, not environment, because the environment object is that whole option. Yes? Yeah. OSC. We want to do function change OSC settings, I believe. No, change console settings. I don't like change. Naming things is half my battle. Set console settings. IP is a string. Port is an int. And we can do a will set here. Self dot object will change dot send. Ah, yes, because there's placeholders still. Okay. But we're gonna do client console IP equals IP port console input port equals port. I guess we don't really have to set that. It'll be okay. I might be doing extra steps, but that's okay right now. Client.port equals uint16 of console IP. Value of optional type. Unwrapped. Oh, not console IP. Console input port. There we go. That should be better. Yes. Awesome. All right. So then in settings, what we're going to do here is actually listen for that environment object here. So we're going to do at environment object let me make sure. Okay, great. Awesome. So I don't need a slash dot, right? I keep having to reference like what I've done before just because I want to make sure I'm doing it slightly right. Yeah, it's just environment object var OSC. Okay. It's been a while since I've actually had to deal with the variable like this. Or environment object. I've been building this I've been redoing it for like the past several months, but I've been like really slow to do it. Pandemic procrastination definitely hit me hard. So here we are. Var OSC. OSC helper. Okay, so that's gonna get our fetch request of our shows, and then we go in here and this will actually change where we're going. So the first place we want to go to is, I'm going to copy this, the actual device settings. here. I'm utilizing that new, the new, oh, so I don't have to store it as an int. Utilizing that new app storage property that we were given now, which is really nice. Okay, oh, I don't actually have a place to actually turn it on. So that's cool. OSC settings, this device's IP address, which is gonna be completely grayed out. Console's Hognet IP address. So that's the one that we need to actually send. Is on or off. So basically when this toggles is when I need to do something. Well, when I do a toggle, there should be a way to basically make a binding variable. That way when the binding variable is done, then we can go and get all that. I actually wrote a blog post about that. That I haven't moved over to my new blogging area. Where'd it go? Did I even move it over? How to call a function. That is basically what I'm looking for. So where I make that binding variable here. So I basically just make a new binding variable. I set the new variable and then I can do something. Okay. Let's see. So we can do binding let me just turn on do not disturb. Apparently I'm popular today. I know, we need a bool. That's fine. We'll get one, I promise. Get self dot is OSC on. And then we're gonna set. All right, so with the new value, self dot is OSC on equals new value. And then we want to do a function down here. Turn OSC on. Why is the build failing? Expected argument in list of, oh, wow. That's like Swift 101 there. Great. And I don't think I actually even need these selfs anymore. Is that right? Awesome. So now if I run this, I mean, right now I haven't actually hooked up any OSC, but it should turn OSC on and we get it printed right here. Yay. And it's just always saying turn it on or off. I mean, turn it on. That's fine. All right, so how do I start that? Well, the first thing I need to do is do OSC dot set console settings. Our IP address is going to be console IP. Port number is going to be input port. What do I call it here? Why did I call it server port? That's dumb. That would be input port. We'll call it server port, sure. Server port. Great. But we need it int. String to int. Swift. Speaking of hacking with Swift. Okay. Just do an int here, or 7001. Whoops. Whoops. OSC helper. Print client dot description. I don't even know what description it's going to print for that, but we'll see what happens. Great. Do I need to like turn it on or turn it off, or is it just constantly like once it's on, it's on? Let's do a let's see if I can get it working. I bet I can't get it working to bridge. So the only issue, do I have QLab? Oh, I do have QLab. Never mind, go away. I don't need Windows. Great. Let's see if I can do this right. New workspace? Yeah. And we'll do a, is that a network? I think that's network. Yeah, OSC, we can do a trigger here. It really doesn't matter what the trigger is. Slash hog slash hi slash 1. No, I don't care about saving. OSC message send. Oh, but let's do, it's gonna be it'll be the same IP address, 192.168.86.248, with the local host port being 53000. So either I'm doing something wrong where I didn't configure it correctly, or, which is totally possible, it responds to 53001. So I have this a little bit wrong. So the input port would be 53001. The output port is going to be 53123. And we'll turn off and on. So again, I'm guessing I'm doing something wrong. Which is doable, well, I guess 53001. That's what QLab listens on, right? QLab listens on TCP port. No, I had this right. 53,000. And then 5301. Okay. network. Local. All right, and it's going on the. Great, done. I think I'm doing something wrong. Let's do. OSC or client dot send. I just want to make sure that we're message. This is where the fun part is. Can I see in QLab? Okay, so something's not right here. It's not sending or receiving. It might just be because I'm on the same network. I mean, I'm on the same computer, but that shouldn't matter. Did I miss a step? I don't think I did. Let's see. Well, I feel like I need. Okay, OSC server. Sorry, I'm just going through and seeing if I'm doing something wrong, which is totally possible. Okay, so EN0 means I'm going off of the Wi-Fi. That's why that's 192.168.86.248. The port TCP, I don't even care about TCP. 53001. It should be. Oh, unless it really needs specific things. Send? Nope. All right. Well, that's fun. Don't save that. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing wrong. Client did disconnect, client. So I'm not even getting a client did connect with the OSC client. Do I need to call those? Hold on. This is what I switched and I knew what I was doing with the other one. And now I switched to a different manager. Did receive, and that's telling me that I received something. I need to server.delegate equals self. Let's just try it again. Client. Wow, I can't type. Dot delegate equals self again. Oh, and I closed QLab. Awesome. Actually, I don't even want to use QLab right now. I want to use OSCU later. I need to download this. This is actually pretty nifty app. I hope it works with Big Sur. We'll find out. Oh, to Big Sur. Awesome. Latest. I really need to pay for it at some point. But basically it just captures the OSC data and it allows you to output, and it allows you to do other things on the desk. I mean, on the computer. It's pretty nifty. I've used it before in a, I've seen it used in like a show setting where like people had a Wii remote and they wanted it to control like some graphics. And it was pretty neat. All right, I have to step away real quick and I will be right back. All right, and I'm back. Sorry, just had to step away real quick. All right, Great. So this is really nifty because what it'll do is it doesn't matter. It won't matter what I have going on. I just need to make sure. See, we can see in here, like, so it read, I am sending out messages. So I just wasn't sending out messages that QLab could receive. So we can see that it did read that message in here. And then also brought in a bunch of other things. And every time I toggle, you can see that it's actually sending out messages. So that's good. Step 1 is done where we send out messages. Awesome. Routing paused. Why was routing paused? Oh, did you know you can? I know. I really need to. Maybe I'll do that later. I use it a lot. I should pay for it. But this window is displayed every 20 minutes, which is why I have not yet purchased it, because like every 20 minutes I can just like wait the 10 seconds or so. But I really need to actually like give them money. Okay. They have helped me quite a bit with all of this. And I strongly believe in paying for things that you are getting from it. Anyway. Okay, so we can send things. I don't know quite yet if we can receive packets. I haven't tried receiving packets yet at all. I don't know how to receive packets completely. Well, I should have been receiving packets, but I guess I was doing something wrong. Okay, and yeah, so the input port is right. I have the input port set correctly. We probably need to make a server. Because right now that's just, well, and it sends, so I guess we're right. I guess we're good. For now. We'll see. Because I don't know if it's actually received anything yet, but I know I can send it. So that's step 1 is sending. We're just gonna send a message that says, actually that's exactly where I need to go. So I can go into support, manuals and docs, Hog 4 user manual. Oh, that's nifty. I found a new shortcut. Command, Option, and then an arrow key will toggle you between tabs in Firefox. Didn't know that was a thing. OSC is what I'm looking for. OSC mappings. So just so that I can know, I need to be able to send something on the command line. But without it actually showing that I'm sending something on the command line, I need to send something. /hog/ playback. One. Great. So it'll just do a playback. I mean, that really shouldn't fire anything because I'm not finishing that, but it should do enough to like if someone was on the console and they opened their logs, they would be able to see that the log was coming in or out. So cool. That's done there then. Great. What do I want to, okay, so OSC, I need to get all the sending coming in, and then I need to troubleshoot the routing and the input. I need to do all the output. So let's go ahead and do the output. Okay, so we're gonna do a, so these are the protocol stubs. We're also going to do button pushes. Because I don't think I need Well, those aren't even all the button mappings, but let's do... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out like what the best plan of action is. So basically all of these buttons have to be, they all correspond. You can see that it says do something every time I tap them. Because they all correspond to these commands here. And I need to figure out like, how do I want to do those commands? Do I want to, like, do I want to send the command, like every time it calls the function? I mean, it has to call the function here. So am I gonna have a function for every single button? I guess so. Well, yeah, and then I can send in the master number. Okay. So let's start function, choose button, pushed. Int master, or, oh, sorry. It should be master int. And we don't have music again. Let's do lo-fi something. Cool. Not really Christmassy or holiday-ish, but that's okay. Okay, so choose button. Let's do... so I'm gonna make some hardware, some stems real quick. Just constants, like the hog hardware type things. Let hardware equals quotes / hog / hardware / let playback equals, they must not contain stored properties. Okay, that's fine. We'll put them in the top. Hog / playback / go. Let's do, I guess we'll just put them here. Hog OSC command beginnings. Great. Go back, halt, release. Yeah. Is it option shift, I think? Yeah. Yay. Pause. Or we call it halt. Halt. Back. Oops. I guess I can't do that. And then release. And this is just to make my life a little bit easier so I don't have to keep typing them out. I think that's about it. Oh, and then we can have statuses. Let status LED / hog / status / LED / and this is gonna be / command line. Well, I guess I can just leave it as status, and then, yeah, we can just have it as status. I think the status is going to be slightly different anyway. But we'll find out as I like keep working and trying to make this a little bit better. Okay, so function choose button with the master. What we're going to do here is create a message. So we're going to say let message equals boom boom hardware choose, right? Because it has a slash at the end. Yes. So it's gonna be choose slash master. So like if I were to print that message, it would say, it should hopefully say slash hog slash hardware slash choose slash the master number. And then we're going to, okay, so I need to put the arguments in there at the same time. And that should be a var. Whoops. Is that actually, yeah, we'll just do message push down. And we're just gonna say OSC message doom with that arguments. So button push down is a 1. And then let message release equals zero. Okay. So now we just need to send the messages. So we'll do a client.send. And the packet will be the message. So message push down, client.send, packet, message, release. And in theory, that should be it. I do have to wrap it up soon, but I want to test this out real quick. Horizontal slider. At environment object var OSC equals, or var OSC of an OSC helper. And then we're gonna do a, I don't really care about the new, oh, that's just a slider. Let's do horizontal master view. That's what I wanted. Okay. I forget how much I like nested in here. FP button. And then what, on push or on action do something. We'll need to make a function that says do something. Push button. On button text. Or we can't switch on button text. We'll just do this. Boom. Or it's just client dot or OSC dot choose button 1. And then under action, we'll do determine button. I just want to see if it works. Or push button. Yeah. And so in theory, this should work on any button. On. Great. Oh, see you later. Look, and it triggered that new one. We're gonna go back. Programming. Cool. And we're outputting. And we can see we're outputting. Yes, they don't correspond to the buttons, but that's okay. Awesome. I do have to wrap it up. I do have to go. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to, if you could, drop a follow. That'd be awesome. This will go back. If you caught halfway through and you want to like go back and watch it, it'll be on my YouTube channel, part-time developer _. So make sure to follow, to subscribe there, like it, heart it, do whatever. It'll be up probably sometime tomorrow. I don't think I have time to edit it a little bit today. But again, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see y'all next Tuesday at around the same time. Bye.